Continue working on practicing multiplication and division facts. So I want you to make sure you're on page 205. If you need to pause the video, you may. Let's look at our I can statements first. I can use patterns and related facts to solve multiplication and division problems. I can also model with math to solve problems. Remember, when we model with math, we use any strategies to solve, and we can show our work as we're solving. So modeling with math is like drawing pictures or bar diagrams. Let's look at our first problem for today. A tour bus to a national park holds 56 people. There are 7 tour guides at the park to lead equal groups from the bus. How many people are in each tour group? Each person in a group pays a $2 entrance fee to a tour guide. How much does one tour guide collect? Solve these problems any way you choose. So I know there's kind of 2 questions in this one. So first is how many people are in each tour group. So let's solve this one first. How many people are in each tour group? So we know there are 56 people total, and there are 7 tour guides. So one way we could solve this is writing a division equation. So we could think about 56 divided by 7. And I can think of my related multiplication fact. What times 7 is 56? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. So I know there will be 8 people in each tour group. Now that I've solved my first question, I could move on to the second part of this question. So the second part says each person in a group pays a $2 entrance fee to a tour guide. How much does one tour guide collect? So I know 8 people. They are each paying $2, so I'm going to multiply by 2 to figure out the total money that's going to be spent. So 8 times 2, I know, is 16. So I know that each tour guide will collect $16. So when we're reading these problems, we just want to make sure we read through it carefully and make sure we solve the first question before we can find that final answer to the second question. Let's turn our page. An example in the back, Sabrina has 28 quarters in her bank. She wants to trade all of them for $1 bills. How many $1 bills will Sabrina get? So first we have to think about how many quarters equal $1. We know that there are 4 quarters in $1. So we want to think about how many groups of 4 are in 28. One example they used is drawing a bar diagram. So we can think about 28 divided by 4, or groups of 4 to make $1. I know 7 times 4 is 28, so there are 7 groups of 4 and 28. Sabrina can trade 28 quarters for 7 $1 bills. And like we thought about the multiplication over here, something times 4 is 28. I know 7 times 4 is 28, which would give us that same answer of 7 $1 bills. Let's look at the bottom. Why can both 28 divided by 7 equals something and something times 7 equals 28 be used to solve the problem above? So for this one, we know we can use the multiplication and division because they're all within the same fact family. So that will help us solve. So we can write fact family below. Write fact family. Let's look at our next page.